Scrapmore with Brenda. I'm Brenda and it's Free Pattern Friday. Yes, yay, it's Free Pattern Friday. You're going to find your Free Pattern Friday on a PDF in the show notes, the descriptions below. We're doing a scrappy pineapple because scrappy pineapples, they take a while to come together, but you can use your strings and your crumbs, right? So I figured, okay, we can do some scrappy pineapples, which would be lots of fun. And we'll show you some ways on how to deal with where it goes, what color goes where, but it's all good. Now, we have a shout out. Let's do our shout out first. Okay, Holly at Holly Schmidt Designs, or Dandelion Stitches, is having such great fun over on her channel. So when you go over there and you check her out, you know, tell her that Brenda from Conquering Mount Scrapmore has sent you. Now, she's done some amazing things, and she's had fun interviews and all that stuff. So, you know, I think she deserves a little bit of love. And it's great of you to go surprise her with this and tell her that I gave her a shout out. So it's been lots of fun watching her channel grow and everything. So a few words of encouragement would probably go a long way too. Now, you're going to find her YouTube channel with the PDF that's going to be there, along with our Facebook group. Now, our Facebook group is growing rapidly. We're having so much fun in there. There's so many enjoyable, fun community chats to join in there. So if you're part of the Facebook community already and you want to go meet some friendly quilter friends, come join our group because we're very warm and welcoming. There's lots of things to do. We have fabric swaps. We have virtual sewing rooms. We have a free recipe exchange now, which, I mean, it's just amazing. I would love to try some of those recipes. And we have all the other free patterns, where to find free patterns, all sorts of fun stuff. It's a wonderful resource that we're getting there together. And the other thing you're going to find is our Zoom sew dates as well, plus with the date that's there. You know, the dates are listed. Now, I don't want you necessarily bringing stuff that I've created. I want you bringing stuff that inspires you. And if you don't feel like quilting that day and you want to bring your crocheting or your cross stitch or whatever, bring it. It's an international community of people that are very talented crafters, and we all just get together and we have fun. So it's all good. The other thing is I speak for free to Quilt Gals, and we're having such a wonderful time doing that. I'm going to continue that. I've met so many talented quilters. I just, like, it's amazing to me. Just truly amazing. So if your guild or quilting group is looking for a speaker that has can speak for 30 to 45 minutes with a PowerPoint presentation over Zoom, and that they can't afford to pay, right? I mean, because I speak for free. Tell them who I am, right? So that get the word out on that as well. The last thing is you're going to find 3 YouTube channels at the bottom. That's our collaboration for our sew along. That's going to start late spring, early summer. We haven't really picked a date, but it's going to be an amazing sew along. The blocks are coming out of there are just beautiful so far. So it's something for you to enjoy and look forward to. So if you want to join us with the sew along, start gathering your stuff. You're all going to be sewing out of your stash, so you don't have to go run and buy anything. So that's all good. Okay, and that's it. So let's get on with the sewing here. This is going to be such a fun one. Okay, I've already tracing wheel and scoring the paper, right? So I can see what's going on the other side. Now, that's the original I just took away. So you can see this on the back, kind of, except for the black. I didn't go through, and for some reason I didn't do the black, or where I'm going to put as black. So it's just really quick to do, because you just roll through. And, you know, some people don't like this idea, other people do. Oh, this is such a time saver. I know exactly where I'm going, what I'm doing, and, you know, you just roll through this very quick, and you've got all of what you want to do, right? Right there. Now, I didn't do this way either, so I guess I should do both. Now this, I find pineapple blocks like this with foundation paper piecing are very therapeutic for me. I find them very relaxing, and I know some of you are like, I don't find it relaxing. Well, you know what? Once you get into your groove, you know, it makes it a lot easier. So if you want, you could, I wouldn't suggest, well, you can sit and do all of them at once. I mean, it's up to you how you want to do them, right? I mean, everybody's got a different way of how they want to do stuff. Let's get the paper scissors. So we just trim this a little bit out of the way. Get all the other stuff moving out. So the only thing I have to worry about now is my what I'm working on. Right, and I just cut it with scissors. And you can cut it with a rotary cutter if you want, but I only have the one for now. So now I use my, hang on, let me get this out of the way. Somebody wanted me to show them their feet up close. So here we are. This is what I have as a 1/4 inch foot. And it's a slant shank. It's got a little side plow. That's that black bit there. And that's for the view from the front, the top. And it works great on a 1/4 inch foot. And I just picked this up as a universal slant shank. That's all, the only thing that I have. Now this is the original foot for a 301A. You don't know if in particular, but that's how that goes. And it's a slant shank on the 301A. So the featherweights are a little different, but the featherweights aren't slant shank, so that's why. You can get any of the feet now. Pretty much, you can get any of those feet that are universals will work great. Now, how to draw this out? I'm using black as my background color, right? So I can use things like white or, you know, low volumes as part of the color, but I'm going to have a more dramatic effect if I go with brighter colors or, you know, some color that's not too dark. This might be okay against the black. You got to be able to see it against the black, right? Things like navy, dark gray, you know, really dark brown aren't going to work. So I have decided I'm going to make these black. These ones dark here. So I'm just going to X them out, you know, so I now know this is where my color is not. You know, this is where I'm going to put my blacks. And you could do this where you're doing this with white or whatever, and then this is just whatever colors come, they come. You can also limit your palette. I would suggest like doing, you know, cools and warms or something, you know, like that kind of thing, if you wanted to limit your palette. I'm going to throw everything at it because that's where my scrappy happy place is, where it's all scrappy. And that's exactly how much I would do. Traditionally, again, they start with reds in the center. You don't have to be traditional or not. And all you're looking for is something that will cover, right? That's it. That's the only thing. It's got to be big enough to cover. And that's it. That will work. I mean, I've got a little bit of white going to show through. That's fine. But that's okay. I'm good with that. And I'm just going to put a little pin through to get the paper. And now I'm going to start with 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? Now they're all colors. So which one is first? This one. Okay. This one comes first, so I'm going to bend this back. Oops, where is this? I want to cut this so I have 2 at the right size. Where did this go? Ah, there it is. Okay, so 2 gets clipped first. Now, I bend this out of the way. I'm just going to take this stitch tracing wheel out of the way. And I'm just going to trim this with my rotary cutter to, you know, a good 1/4 inch, right? Now I'm going to pick a color, right, like that. That would work, you know. Just going to start putting colors down. And I'm not going to worry about like red and green being seen together. That's fine. You know, it works. I want something that's going to contrast between the two. Now I start about a 1/4 inch away from where I want to sew. I hold it for a second, let it go up and down for a bit, and then I go across, and then I clip it again. Okay, I should have a side project, but I don't. Oh, oh well. Okay, that's all right. I'll just throw this under again. So, there. So I already got one piece on here. And yes, it's big, but that's fine. It's a crumb. I put all my crumbs and my strings together, right? Because I don't have the same storage that I would have in Edmonton. So now I want to go to 3, which is directly across. Okay. And trim off any extra, which there isn't hardly any. Right? Oh well, we'll get there. So now I want to put, ooh, what about this brown? This brown would look good. Yeah, this brown would look good. I'm going to put that there. Okay. Yeah. Now you just hold it in place, you slip it under. And make sure nothing has folded over, because that would be bad. These ones are such lovely ones to work on. These kind of quilts, these blocks. There's something I find working on one of these very soothing. It does take a while because I've got a fairly big block. And I've also gone on the pattern instructions. Like for instance, it would take 63 little things to go around, you know, like for a crib quilt, right? So, you know, if you want to lay them out 10 at a time, I mean, you could, right? Okay, let's get 4. So we're just going to go like that. And now I'm going to pull this apart down and straighten it out. Now, this is where you would do like quite a few of them at a time, and then you get all of that done at once. Okay, so now when I'm picking out, ooh, what do I need? Oh, we should go bright. Oh, look there, that's perfect. Oh, that's different. Oh, that one. That one's too red. No, I know. Don't spend too much time making decisions on what color, because they'll all work. Oh, look, there's some black in here. I'm going to throw that in my black pile. They'll all work. They'll all work. Do I want that? Yes, I do. Because it's going to be a cute little rainbow in the middle of that block. So this is oversized, obviously, but that's okay. Just going to slip it in underneath. Make sure nothing flipped on me, because that would be bad. Okay, and go through. There. There we go. Okay. There. And the last one. Now I see I got a little rainbow going on there. Hopefully it will center in the block. And if not, that's okay. I can have a light color in there. Okay, I know. I'm going to try. Ooh, blue. Well, that blue would be good. Nice bright blue. I said I'm going scrappy, right? Now, this, you want to make sure it covers at least 1/4 of an inch or more. And you can see there, you can see that it's bigger than it needs to be, but that's okay. It's coming out of the crumb bag anyways. It's all good. You don't have to worry about it. If it's big enough to cover, just, you know, go for it. Because I have lots of crumbs and strings already. Strings already that are big enough for this kind of piecing. There, now. Okay. There. There we go. So, now, there's a couple of choices, because the next round, you can see here, is all going to be black. That's when we start adding the black, right? Now, this is where we start, okay, if we cut all of this, it would work. We would be able to, you know, to get it all trimmed out. And that's fine. We'll do it that way. we can trim it all and then just sew on a whole bunch of blacks. That works too, right? Except I'm going to just go from side to side, because I think that would be probably a little bit safer for me. So I would go from one side and then the opposite side, and then trim, and then wait till I get the black sewn on before I trim again, right? Because that doesn't matter. So what we're going to do, just finger press that. Be kind of like, okay, you're being finger pressed, and that's where it is. Now, there we go. This doesn't look like anything. Somebody gave me a bag, a bag of black fabric that were cut offs, and I thought, ooh, I can have fun with this. There we go. There we go, just like that. And I'll do the other side, get this out of the way. My finger pressing it. There. And when they're shaped like that, you want it so that the point here is equal to the point here. If you push it over one way or the other, it doesn't cover. It might not cover. But, yeah. These are just simple shapes to throw down. Okay. There we go. Yeah, it was fun drawing this out for you guys. I figured, okay, we could have a great deal of fun with this. Okay, now we go the other way. We want to do fold up 8. Fold it on 8. So we can add that black one there. And then the other side. Oh, please let me get that little cute rainbow. I won't know if I get the cute rainbow until I put on the black on this side. Oh well. Because they're symmetrical, it doesn't matter if you put on 9 or 8, right? But I'm going to stick with the symmetrics. Okay, there we go. There. So I've got good hanging over on either side. I got lots. I'm good. We're just going to run this under. Now, this is the second time we've done pineapples. Oh, this is actually, I forget how many pineapples we've done. I will add this one to the pineapple playlist, as well as Free Pattern Friday. There we go. And last one is this. There we go. And I've got good coverage on both sides. Slip it under. Oops, I left it. I left it behind. Okay, there we go. There again. A little awkward to hold onto it because it's still in the center so much. But once you further out you get, the easier it is to manage. And yes, I flipped it. Oh, there it is. Got it now? Do I have it now? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Okay. There we go. There. The thread is being obstinate, but that's okay. You just hold it in place, right, to make a little knot on both ends. That will help with your, you know, holding all these pieces as you're trimming and all the rest of it, right? Just creates just a little knot that is, instead of backspace, right, you just you know, sew in the same space. Ooh, look at that. I got my rainbow. I caught my rainbow and everything. That's cute. Okay, so now we're going to make the next row all about color. So let's see, 10 and 11 are first. So let's do 10. Now, I'm not going to make you guys watch the whole thing because it keeps going, right? It just keeps going around. And yes, if your pieces are a little big, you have more to cut off, which is fine because it goes into a dog bed. It's all good, you know. But I only cut 2 off at a time when I'm doing these. I mean, you can cut all 4 of them off if you want, but I just do 2. And I try, because I'm using black, colors like this dark brown, I wouldn't put on because there's hardly any contrast between the dark brown and the black. So that I would not use, right? So let's see here now. 10. So let's see if this is big enough. This is not big enough. This is just barely big enough to cover here. You need like a 1/4 inch, and that's how you do your checks, right? And it also needs to be a good 1/4 inch or more, a healthy 1/4 inch. So this piece is too small already. This piece might be bigger, but we've used that fabric already. So this is where we start now. Okay, rejecting, and oh, this one would work. Let's put that one there. Let's get this one flattened out. And what some people do is they press in between their rows, which, I mean, that's, you know, pretty standard fare to do, you know, as you're going through here. So that, you know, is sew, trim, press. Sew, trim, press. Okay. So, and already, just doing those rounds, it's easier to hold the fabric in place, right? So, that just goes like this. Pull out the extra thread that shouldn't have been there. Okay, get this off. Okay, now, if some thread is stuck, it's probably time for my tweezers to pull out extra little bits of thread. There we go. There, that's another way of doing it. Just pulling it from the other side. Okay, so I'm going to, because you guys have got an idea now how this is going to go, and I'm just going to finish this block off camera because, you know, you do a round of color and a round of black, a round of color and a round of black. I might come back as I'm putting on the last corner bits. Okay, so I'll see you in a bit. Okay, we're just finishing up the pineapple. Now, if you notice on the pineapple on the front of it, as you go further outside, the pieces get a little bit bigger and a little bit wider. And that's intentional, right? I decided, okay, we're going to make something a little bit different than the traditional. So basically this is like an uneven pineapple. So I'm just going to quickly get these put on. And I ran out of solid blacks, because, you know, there's only so much solid black I'm going to get out of my stash. So I use other colorful blacks and black and white prints. They're mostly black, where they're mostly black, not white. And get that little plug in there. Okay. Flip it up. There we go. And we're just trying to get, you know, all of this fun print. I had to cut some, believe it or not, I had to cut some triangles to get around the edge. So that's okay. That's okay. We can do that every once in a while. We've gone through our strings and crumbs, because I just keep them all together in one bag, right, while I'm here in Arizona. When I get home, I sort them out. But it's always nice to find a project that you can actually use them on before you get home. So I was sitting there thinking, this would be nice. Nice and soothing for me to do that. So I wanted to share that walk with you. And it's easier sometimes to do more than one at a time. Or as you're pulling through your scraps like this, you would sort out, okay, these pieces all have to go within the first round or something, because they're the size that they are. Okay, now we've got this all finger pressed. right? And I know you should be taking this to the iron in between your rounds and giving it a good press, and I will. But I wanted to show you this because this is important. Get your stay stitching done. Remember always to do that stay stitching before you trim. Okay, and it's just in the seam allowance. There we go. And we'll move it like that. Give it a pivot on the corner. I should probably put this all away. Huh? There we go. And what this does is stay stitching so that the block does not distort. So when you're printing, let's say you print it off, 65 or 63 or whatever the pattern said for a crib, but you're only going to work on like 5 at a time. Now it's all there ready for you, and they're all the same size and they haven't stretched. That's important. So now I'm just going to stuff this stuff back in here just to leave it out of the way. There's lots. Wow. I used stuff out of there and it's gotten bigger. It's probably put more air into it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that 1/4 inch line on the inner line, right? So everything else after that goes. So again, I got my stay stitching. I'm going to do and this is where it's best if you stand over your ruler. I'm sitting, which is probably not the greatest idea because I do tend to wobble sometimes. And now, there. So there it is. Now you can see as you're pulling your seams back and there's little pieces here that are coming up. These tend to look really beat up when I'm done, but they come apart really easy because I've shortened my stitch length. That's really important to get to like 25 to 30 stitches an inch, and then that way this just comes off. And like I say, if it ripped off before you had a chance to sew it, tape is your friend. So let's get to the ta-da moment. Okay, this is our big ta-da moment on our Free Pattern Friday. This is well, I guess I'm going to call it a pineapple, but it is an uneven pineapple. The center rounds are smaller and tighter, and then they start getting larger as we go out to the outside edge. This is kind of a fun block, and it did make good use of my scraps and crumbs. My strings especially, like they're longish, and you put them in here and they look perfect. So this is a good scrap buster, as well as being just a lot of fun to do. Now, it doesn't take many of these to do, and you just print off as many as you want to work on at a time, and it's pretty much easy going. It is a little bit more than a weekend project, right? So this is something you might want to think about too over a period of time as how you're going to manage your scraps. But this one's a lot of fun. So I do hope you give this one a try. It was fun drawing it out for you, and we did do some other pineapples, so we're going to put this one in the pineapple playlist as well as Free Pattern Friday. So you guys take care. Have a great week. Stay healthy. Bye. My husband and I would love to thank you for watching our video and being so supportive of our channel. This has been just such an amazing journey we're on here on YouTube, and we wouldn't have been able to do it without you. So our thanks, truly our thanks for you. If there's anything you need, don't be afraid to contact me either through the Facebook book or through email. I'm trying to do as many viewer request videos as possible, and if I don't do it, you need to remind me, okay? So that's not a problem. But yes, it's been just absolutely amazing. Make sure you tell your gills I speak for free. We have a Facebook group. We do Zoom sew dates, and we give out nothing but free patterns. So I hope that you have an absolutely joyful year ahead, and your sewing room, everything is going for you, and life is great. Okay, you take care until we see each other again. Okay, bye.